Good evening. It's been a long Sunday and a long weekend, but we've gotten to a point where we're going to test some track. Been doing cleaning, after doing scenery. I've put a bunch of the sand and grass and such in here along the edge of the layout, rocks and fall off of here. Just some stand-in structures for the moment. Not sure exactly what's going to be there in the future. So that we'd do a little switching and kind of see how things go and see if the engine will run well on the track, to see if the tracks are clean enough. We'll see how the old number 7 does tonight. Got some string of empty box cars to load and some strings of loaded box cars to pick up. So I have to make sure we keep clear for the passenger train that's going to come through. I'm going to get my arm in the way and uncouple the caboose. Then we'll move forward a little, uncouple the empties. Oh, come back here. There you go. I can get my fingers in there. Then we'll go and collect a few. Oh, that's not so good. There we go. So got some dirty track here. Did a bunch of work scenery wise and such. And appears to be something hanging out. We'll get it fixed. We'll go back in here and get some loads, pull them out of the way, put the empties where they go, and stay out of the way for the passenger train when it comes through. That will happen. It has to. Right over there in the background, so. No stalls. Stalling's not allowed. You'll see the 104 coming in up high up here in the upper level up above us here. When he goes by, we'll have to have this track here clear. So we got to kind of do the hurry up and move. Tried to design this so I'd have room for this kind of switching back and forth. Ooh. Make sure I got the switch points all the way over. This one's being a little sticky. Got some dirt in there, I suppose. We'll get things going. And I missed it. Got the wheels flange in the middle of that turn point, switch point. And he's being a turd, because he can be. There we go. Sorry to get my big fat head in there. Oh, they're all being turds. Well, that's interesting. We'll have to pull in and stop that passenger train before he hits town and runs into things. While we clear this up. Now let's see what's going on with this switch here. I'll zoom in on that switch so you guys can see it. The switch here being really tight. There's nothing in the points that I can find. Oh, it's all clear. Just throw it. It's not closing all the way. I give it a little goose, it closes. There's no bumpity bump there. Oh, there's a little tiny bit of a bump there. So, before we continue, we'll do a little bit of a fine tuning with a file on that point. on my hands in the way so you can't see what I'm doing. I'm filing down the very tip of the point here is sticking out a little bit from the rail. So now it's a nice smooth joint. Wipe off the filings. And we'll do a little backup move and see if that car derails again. Now see, it picked it there again. See how that wheel hopped it? Watch really close. You see the flange right there. I'm going to get an extra light. See how the flange is picking that point just a little bit. Now it didn't that time. There's a piece of string in there or something. Maybe it's a hair that fell off my head. Should be good focus there. So it repeats that performance there. Now we're doing okay. So we'll get rid of that string. It's in the middle of I can't even see it now. There it is. We'll zoom back out. We'll continue to switch this out while we get out of the way so the passenger train can go by. Now, the second car picked it. That's a roundhouse car. Still got a roundhouse wheel set on it with metal wheels. And those little cars tend to be real particular. You want to cheat this time. You want to get the passenger train by. Push it over a little bit. And it shouldn't pick the points. And it did not. So we'll see if we can get these 5 out of the way and the whole train out of the way as we back up. And then get that 104 passenger train by. Then we can do a little more fine tuning. Bring those guys back. I'm going to stop before the end. There we go. Zoom out the rest of the way. And then we'll let the 104 come rolling by. And clear the caboose. We do. All the switches are aligned. Away they go. We're clear, we're going to accelerate. That was quite the step. Now that he's out of the way, we can go back to our switching. We'll leave these empty box cars. Collect these loads. Go to switch. Almost caught the brakeman napping there. Throw a direction, see if the switch will throw nicely. It did. See if the cars behave nicely. There they go. One of the interesting things of building my own switches I've learned is not to panic when things don't act correctly. It's usually something simple. And we did a pull test. I'm going to do an air build. It's usually something simple like just a tiny bit of something out of alignment on the switch or the points that causes a problem. And once you've got that fixed and figured out, then it's usually a simple thing to fix it. We get ourselves a start up there. Now we got this train building up, getting his orders, and away he'll go. Our passenger train didn't get delayed by too much. We learned a little bit about our switch, fine-tuning the new switches. And there we go. We noticed that we're going to really need to change out the trucks, micro-trench trucks, on our two roundhouse cars. I've got more than two. This is a roundhouse, this is a roundhouse, this is a roundhouse, and this one is. A lot of those I've had to change to micro-trench trucks because the roundhouse trucks, for whatever reason, just don't like to move nicely and they get stuck. Anyway, there you go. Hope you all had a good weekend. See you next time.